broadcast and turn that live broadcast into, I'm going to say we could even get up to 10 different products that we're going to talk about today. Not products, but pieces of content we're going to talk about today. But I'm going to guarantee 5 pieces of content. I'm going to say it's probably going to be more than 7. And with your help, maybe we'll get up to 10. If you're watching this in the replay, we would still love your comments in the chat, and we will do our best to come back and connect with you. If we've never met before, my name is Molly Mahoney, and I love hosting this show, Monetize Your Live, here for BeLive TV on our Twitch channel every Friday at 9 a.m. So good. And if you want to be connected with us, make sure that you, there's our little Discord. Shoot, I actually want to show you something different. So if you comment below with, I'm going to do this, Discord, then our little BeLive bot will send you the link for Discord. So you can do that anytime. And we've got fun stuff happening here. Cool. So I'm actually going to start this by giving you a little a little behind the scenes of how we send out broadcasts via Messenger over on Facebook to let our people know that this is happening. So I love to show you a little bit of behind the scenes while we, all of our little messages go out and let people know that we are actually live. And I thought it would be awesome to do this with you. It gives us a chance to, to get the live started, get more people here with us actually live. And then also the people who show up early, right on time, it gives you a chance to see our behind the scenes of how we actually do this. So I'm pulling this over here and ta-da! So I already sent out a message, a broadcast via Messenger to our community over at BeLive. And then I'm also going to send one to our community on my page. Most of my community hangs out on my Facebook page. We've started having a little awesome community here on Twitch too. And I thought this would be fun though to show you how I do this. Hello! So if you're here in the chat, let me know that you're here. I see that you're here. And I'm going to screen share in just 1 second. Okay, so I am sharing my screen. We're always a little quieter here over at Twitch, which honestly makes me like, you can talk. I can see your chat. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to share this screen. And then it's coming together. And then once we share this screen, I'm going to show you how we actually send out messages via Messenger. Messages. Sometimes I say messages, which is not a word. Okay. Hello. Oh, I just realized. Oh my gosh. I just realized I'm on the wrong thing. Hello, Mike. It's awesome to see you. Mike, yes, this is my new place. I thought the chat looks kind of funny. I was looking at the events tab, not at the chat tab. Oh my gosh. Mobile Mary, I love you. Cherie, thank you. So she loves the new studio. Y'all, I was like, no one is saying hi. There's 18 people here. I was telling my husband yesterday that I still get nervous about it. Like I tell you not to worry about it when you don't see comments and stuff, but it still makes me nervous too. Yeah. So I'm still working out how exactly to do the lighting and everything to make sure that to see if this even works with doing my videos with this crazy jungle as our backdrop. Oh my gosh. This is our new studio. We're going to be having, that screen is not sharing for some reason. We're going to be having 3 different sets on the other side of the studio, but there's still boxes everywhere because we just moved in. So I thought it'd be fun to do it this way. Okay, so so funny. Hi. Okay, so I am going to so since you're here, now that I actually figured out where the chat is, would you like to see me send out a message to our community over on Facebook, or should we just say you're here and we'll dive into the repurposing? So if you want to see me build a bot before we dive into the repurposing, comment or in the chat, write the word bot. Give me the word bot and I'll do that. Sherry says it's nice to know I get nervous too. Totally. And actually today, Sherry, I'm going to show you I'm going to tell you about how I got really nervous on Wednesday while implementing this strategy that I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh. Mobile Mary says dive into repurposing. And then we got bot. Okay. Mary, just so you know, you actually have access to this whole thing as an Asana template. So, oh no, we got a mix. Okay, let's do the bot really quickly since we have both. And then I'll make sure. Actually, if my screen won't share for some reason, we won't be able to do the bot. So look at that. It's just showing me a blank screen. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it knows. It knows. Okay. So let's see if I can multitask. I might multitask and be able to do both at the same time, but for some reason I can't share my screen. I don't know what's happening. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question right now. Where are you putting content out? So I'm hoping many of you are doing live videos, either here on Twitch, over on Facebook, or on YouTube. Somewhere you're doing live videos, because that's the whole point of all of this, right? If you're not, maybe this will inspire you, because one of the things that I hear from people is, oh, it just takes too long. But what they don't realize is by doing this one concentrated bit of effort into this live video, they can actually take this live video and turn it into so many other things. And so I'm going to show you the different pieces that we can do. Okay. Yes, Mike says, girl, everywhere, LinkedIn included. We're actually going to talk about LinkedIn today. So that's so cool. I like it. Okay. So everywhere. Live and repurposing it to a blog post. Awesome. Okay, so that's going to be good. Just getting started. A little Instagram, but not much else consistently anyway. Awesome, Amber. Good. Thank you for admitting that. Live video on Facebook. Awesome. Okay, so when it comes to, let's say you're doing a live video and then you're doing a blog post. So Brigetti, anybody else who's doing blog posts like that? Yes, Amber says she wants to be pumping out massive content everywhere though, which is so good. So if you want to be, or if you are doing a blog post, I would love to know if you have a system for doing that right now, because the new thing that I have figured out with how to do our blog posts, I am so in love with, and it's only been a couple of weeks that I've been doing it this way, but I am stoked about it. So I'm stoked to share it with you too. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is how you're going to do this video. I'm going to give you a little tip on how to actually deliver your content on the live video in a way very specifically and strategically so that you can use that content other places. Because what often happens is people will do a live video and they'll be like this, like just like we're doing right now, where I'm stopping and talking to you. So Brigetti says, I learned to use Simple Social Press from you. So if there's a new way, I'm all yours. So we actually use Simple Social Press. And I've been working with Mahoney, the creator of this tool, this week, because they're coming out with a new update that's going to make it even cooler. So I'm going to talk to you about that. But the trick is actually how to write the copy, because the copy part of it was always taking us a really long time. So, and Princess of Promos, is this Evelyn or is this, who's Princess of Promos? This could be Robin. It could be so many people. Who is this Princess of Promos? I want to know. Thank you for liking my new jungle. Okay, so now can you imagine if we took this video, we downloaded it, we put it on YouTube, we put it on LinkedIn, we put it on Facebook, we put it on Instagram. It'd be hard to put it on Instagram because it's so long, but let's say we download it and we put it other places. Everyone or even turned it into a podcast, because I have a podcast that I did a long time ago that I recorded actually for the podcast. We have a new podcast called the Elevate Your Awesome podcast, and it's just repurposed videos from our Facebook Lives. The problem is in the middle of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this comment. Oh yeah. Oh, do you see this thing? It's Evelyn. I knew it. I was right. So in the middle of my video, I'm interacting with you because you're here live. And even if you're watching this in the replay on this platform, it still kind of feels like it's live. So it's okay. But if you take it and put it somewhere else where someone is no longer live, it feels weird. It's not platform congruent. So this is the same thing in everything that you're doing. You want to be able to craft your content in a way that it's right for the platform. And we have totally nailed how to craft content in a way that is right for Facebook Live. But when you take that content and you put it other places, it's not always right. So Evelyn has been the Princess of Promos for 35 years. That must be why I knew it was you instantly right away. So good. So actually, Evelyn, we were talking about this in our Camera Confidence course. So I have a course called Camera Confidence. I know we have lots of Cam Fam members here. So if you're in the Cam Fam, give me a Cam Fam in the chat. I would love that. And I showed them this crazy new system that we have we have it all outlined in Asana. So I had the amazing Holly Flick helped me to take everything that was in my brain that we were doing with our team that we've used. We have this method in Camera Confidence called the APR method, which is announce, pretend, repurpose. And up until now, inside Camera Confidence, I had these two awesome documents of of what to do to repurpose your videos, like different ways that you can repurpose it, and little tools on how to download, how to upload, things like that. But now we are like taking this repurposing to a totally new level, and I'm so stoked about it. So those of you who are in CamFam, you saw this parts of this already. I'm going to give not the whole entire thing today because this is our free content that we are offering to the world. So I'm just going to give you a little taste of it, but you're going to be able to do a lot of these things on your own, whether or not you decide to actually join us in CamFam or whether or not you join us in the Glam Fam, our coaching group, which we have some Glam Fam members here. And those in Glam have access to the full Asana dashboard where they can just like boop, take it. And if you don't know what Asana is, it's a task management system. So there you go. Okay. So here is what we're going to do. So we have our videos that we're doing consistently on a weekly basis. So you want to do these videos. The first step is you want to be consistent. You're going to pick a time and a place that you're going to do them every time. We're not going to get into announcing and all of that. But you're going to pick a time and a place that you're going to do it. Now, hold on, I'm writing something down. I love BeLive TV. Okay, I love BeLive TV because you can set up your video ahead of time so that you don't have to like you're super prepared ahead of time. And I'm telling you, it changes everything, and it actually really helps with this system. So here's what I do. I schedule my BeLive video. I write a description for the video right away. Now that description for the video is super important. That description becomes the beginning of your blog post. It becomes a description for your YouTube videos. It becomes a description for your LinkedIn videos. You're going to edit it just a little bit. If you have more than one Facebook page, like I have my own Facebook page, but I have others that I do content on. So like when I do these videos for BeLive, I actually have a new system for cross-posting that I learned from Pagetti and Stephen Healy actually with bots. I'm not going to get into it. I'll do a whole video on that because, dude, it worked so well last week. By the way, I'm so stoked about it. But if you have more than one Facebook page, there's even a cooler way to do this. So, but if you only have one, like most people do, you're going to do one singular Facebook page, or here on Twitch, right? So if you're going to do it on Twitch, that description would then allow you use that description for all the other pieces of content that you're going to be creating. For the blog post, we're going to get into how you're going to create the blog post. But for the blog post, the top of the blog post is the description of your video. Okay. Am I Yeah, Mike says keywords are important in the description. So this is a really good point because with the title of your video and the description of your video, we have like, we talk a lot about the awesome ways to come up with content ideas, which is, like looking at the objections that your people have to your product or service, just literally making a list of the problems that they experience and solving those problems via video. But when you're crafting the description and you're crafting the title, if you're going to be, especially if you're going to be repurposing it like this, keywords are totally a great thing, right? We want to make sure we're still writing content for actual human beings, not just for the Google search things, but the newsjacking. I love it, Mike. Totally. Newsjacking is a good one. So like what's relevant in the news and does that actually apply to your audience? Because that's a good way to be able to show up in the top, right? That's why I love staying on top of social media trends, because you can use those changes, as we talked about this on Wednesday, you can use those changes to your benefit so that you end up rising to the top, you gain more authority, and people end up subscribing to your channel. They subscribe to your email list, to your bot list, whatever it is, so that they can stay ahead of what's going on because they know you're going to be on top of the trends. Okay. So, yes. And so correct. Evelyn says your title of your blog helps you to get in the search engine ranking. Is that correct? Yeah. So when you have, like, for example, I used to really strategically focus on this. And now I get requests every week for musical theater coaching, which I'm not doing anymore. So it's like, this stuff really works. And you can see on my YouTube channel, even though for the past 2 years, so I know we're here on BeLive TV, which I love BeLive, but I am, most places I'm known across the web, across the net as the prepared performer, because I help business owners to prepare to perform like we're doing right now. But I am here on BeLive. So if you're going to look at YouTube, on my YouTube channel, The Prepared Performer, you'll notice I haven't done very many videos over the past 2 or 3 years. However, I have some videos that have like over 100,000 views because they're keyword optimized, and I've not been doing anything on YouTube, but those videos still consistently show up. It's like crazy to me. And I like forget about it because I wasn't focusing on YouTube at all. I'm starting to focus on it again. But oh man, my coach Adam said something about this week and I can't remember what it was. But if you've heard of the book, The One Thing, like I picked one thing to focus on and only focused on that one thing, which was at the time, Facebook Live. Now we are expanding. So I'm going back to my YouTube channel. But if you take some time to put some research in or some thought in to your keywords and your topics ahead of time, then that the content will continue to work for you. So that's like the real point of this whole training today, is that when you take the time to show up and do stuff like this, the content will continue to work for you. And if you're like, it seems so overwhelming, Molly, I don't even know how to get started. I feel like I'm going to throw up when I click live. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. I don't know any of this stuff. I want you to know that I have an upcoming live video challenge happening. And with this live video challenge, I'm also giving away over $30,000 worth of amazingness, courses, coaching, a VIP day here in my actual studio, where we'll record your videos here on set here when I have all my stuff set up. And then also like a free year of BeLive TV, which is crazy amazing. So to get access to that, you just go to, I should copy this. Hold on. You're going to go to live. Oh, it's so tiny. I forget that Twitch looks so different than Facebook. livevideochallenge.com. You can get access to the live video challenge. And oh my gosh, so funny. And it starts on February 11th. So if you're watching this in the replay, just know it may be over and you may have missed it. And that means you should have showed up live. Okay. So it's going to be so fun. Yay. Awesome. Sheree says she has a group of coworkers doing the challenge with her. So good. And then if you want to be entered to win the one of the prizes that we're giving away that's valued over $30,000, the total of all the prizes. So good. There is a little bit.ly link, which is pretty easy to see. So I'm going to put it here. A big give. There's two G's in it. So it is bit.ly/a-big-give. Now, those of you who have been through my Facebook trainings on how to do Facebook Live, you may be like, oh my gosh, Molly is sharing links. What is happening? Oh, there it is. Molly's sharing links. What's happening? How is this possible? I never share links on Facebook. I always say comment below to get access. But for me, when I say comment below to get access here on Twitch, I'm going to be super honest with you. I don't come back and respond to people and then it gets to be a problem. So I'm giving you the actual links. And we do have a bot set up here on Twitch. If you comment with the command, so that's an exclamation point, and then the word BeLive, you'll get access to a free trial of BeLive TV. So try it. Comment below with BeLive, and then you'll see the bot will respond right away. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the first step in this crazy repurposing system is you have to set a consistent schedule. Going live the same time every week. I promise you it will pay off. You just have to show up, keep doing it, even if no one's there at first. Because here's the cool thing. This video that you're going to record live, you're going to end up downloading and using on a bunch of different places and using a bunch of different ways, which I'm going to show you right now. If you were to pre-record a video that you did with that, let me tell you what happens. You start recording and then you're like, I'm going to do it again. Like, the retakes that people do when they pre-record a video, in my opinion, waste so much time. If you can set up a time to do this consistently where your audience is holding you accountable, they get the benefit of you going live. It is awesome. So you want to do it. Okay. So you want to do it. You're going to show up. Yay. I'm so glad that you use BeLive. Hooray. Okay, so if you have this consistent schedule, you're going to show up and do it. Your community is going to benefit from it. You're going to get more people are going to know about your brilliance and the value that you have to provide. So you're going to bring in more clients, and you're also going to get the benefit of recording content that you can use other places. Okay, are you ready for the system? Aside from the consistent schedule, I'm going to go through it really quickly because it's pretty dang awesome. So you're going to deliver your video. If you don't know how to deliver a Facebook Live video, come to our live video challenge. I'm not going to give you that right here. At the end of delivering your Facebook Live video, here's what you do. This is like magic gold. Okay, are you ready for it? You've finished all the content. You've tapped into the problems. You've delivered juicy content. You've given away a free gift. You've asked for comments. You're like, yes, yes, everything is amazing. Okay, now we're at the end of this video. If you joined us live and you maybe missed the beginning, don't worry, because I'm going to do a speedy recap right now. Now, I call it a speedy recap. You call it whatever you want. Call it something different. Don't call it speedy recap unless you want to, but that's my name, so it's kind of weird. One of our GLAM members, GLAM is our VIP coaching program where we focus on revenue, visibility, systems, and impact. Every week we have a call on one of those topics. She's doing this and she's calling it like the rock star recamp or something like that. Recap. How many times a week you're going to go? So we have a system where you actually go live 3 times a week, but there's only one video where you're going live on your business page, providing value. So you're doing this consistent schedule 1 time a week. Come to our live video challenge. We'll talk about the other types of videos, but there's one that you're showing up and delivering value. I do a bunch because I work with BeLive and because I'm doing a bunch of other things. You don't do what I'm doing. You only have to go live 1 time. For this repurposing system, not to be successful at Facebook Live, but for this repurposing system, you're going to go live 1 time a week. Okay. So you finish this. You're like, I'm going to do a speedy recap. Okay. It's really important that you do this. Ready? You clap because when you go back to edit, it's going to spike the audio. So you can find exactly where that moment was. Also, what I do on Facebook is and I could do that here too. I have everyone comment and say speedy recap in the comments. This does a few things. I'm giving away real ninja tips right now, just so you know. Barb, I'm so glad you signed up. Hooray. Okay. So, and Barb, it's hard for me to tell which people are which because of the Facebook names. Are you in Camera Confidence? If you are, watch the video at the very top because it explains exactly the 3 videos to do and how often to do them and where to do them. Okay. Shanette, yeah, in the house. So good to see you. Okay. So you clap. This is Ninja. You say, all right, do you want the speedy recap? Do you want the recap? And then everyone's going to comment below. They're going to comment below and say speedy recap. So what happens is at that point, it gives a spike to Facebook because everyone's commenting and Facebook's like, oh, people really like this video, whatever. Even cooler, I'm going to give you a better tip, which I've never done, but I'm going to do this next time. Instead of having people comment speedy recap, I would love to let Facebook know that we're having a real, authentic, engaging conversation, or let Twitch know we're having a real, authentic, engaging conversation, or let YouTube know we're having a real, authentic, engaging conversation. And so we're going to say, comment below with your favorite tip that you've learned so far. So let's try that right now and see what happens. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Cherie, I love you. Yes, watch that video. It's the cliff notes of the whole entire course. I think people forget that that's there, even though it's the pinned post and I tag every single person in it when they first get there. Okay, what's been your favorite tip so far? I'm trying to get my coffee to work and it's not. You know the little hole on the other side? Sometimes it gets liquid in it and then there's no air going in and then you can't do it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say Cherie's tip is that she should watch the video at the pinned post in Camera Confidence. But you're awesome, even if you haven't watched it. Okay, clap to get the audio spike in the edit. Yes, ask for authentic tips instead of 100 people commenting with the same word. Yes. Okay, so look at this one. See how long this is? That's going to tell Facebook oh, we're having a real conversation. It's going to tell Twitch that there's real stuff happening here, right? Favorite tip, the speedy recap. Awesome, the clap. Okay, so then after you do that, you're going to start your speedy recap. Now, if you go back and watch my video on Wednesday over at BeLive, you can see that when I started doing this, because I was giving away my secrets, I got a little nervous. And because it was like a heightened thing now, I got a little nervous. Here's what happens though. That speedy recap is going to be your video. Ready for your mind to be blown? It's going to be your video for YouTube, for LinkedIn, it could even be for Twitter. It could be parts of your video for Instagram. It's also going to be transcribed and turned into your blog post. Now you may be like, oh my gosh, how do I do all of this? If you need help with doing this, we can help you, right? I'm just giving you the overview of how to do this. But it's seriously crazy. So you start the video and you're like, are you ready for the speedy recap? Here we go. You pause. Okay. And then all of a sudden, you are not engaging with anyone anymore. You are creating your pre-recorded video. For about 2 weeks, I pre-recorded the videos separately. And then I realized, wait a minute, I used to do the speedy recap thing. Why don't I just pre-record my video while I'm live so everyone else can continue to get the benefit from it? Hello. I'm all about I loved the book Cheaper by the Dozen when I was a kid about how to make more time, be more time efficient. Right. So a lot of times people will be like, oh my gosh, Molly, I swear there's 3 of you. How are you doing so much? And it's because I'm multitasking without actually multitasking. Like this way, I'm getting so many things done. I'm combining it all into one thing, but it's turning into a bunch of other things. Okay, so I start the video. I'm like, and this is actually really good because my awesome friend Vaughn, who edits our videos now, I used to do this myself up until weeks ago, so you can do it yourself too. But if you want to hire somebody, Vaughn is awesome. Okay, that's not a stupid question that you just asked. It's actually a really good question because it's actually really confusing. So I will answer your question in a second, Barb. So the beginning of the video where I start the video, what Vaughn has been doing is taking that chunk from the beginning of the video. Then we have a little intro video. I hired somebody to create a little pre-roll bumper. So the pre-roll goes next and it's like, this is the prepared performer. Yeah, right? My little 15-second thing. And ours might even be a little bit too long. I'm not sure about that. But so then we have that little thing. And then it jumps into the speedy recap. So the speedy recap is like, okay, I get it. You think it takes way too much time to create content. Today, I'm going to show you right now how to create 7 pieces of content out of 1 video. And it's going to be awesome. And you can do this in under an hour. Okay, so I say that, and then I go into the rest of the content. So I'm like, tip number 1. Now, what's really cool is now I'm going to be really honest with you. We're moving. My kids, I used to walk them to school. I have to drive them to school now. I did not prepare like a real prepared performer this morning. I don't have all my tips written out in here, but usually I have all of my tips already written out inside the agenda. And when you do that, it creates the bullet points for your blog post. And when you do the speedy recap, enormous difference. So all you have to do is come back and say, tip number 1, set a consistent schedule. Tip number 2, and then you would bring up every time you go live, you want to make sure at the end of the video that you do a speedy recap because that is going to be a chunk that you're going to pre-record and set up somewhere else, right? So you're going to go through all the tips. Dun, 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 dun. You're not commenting on anybody's stuff. You're not replying to any of the comments. You're actually you're delivering it as if it is pre-recorded. So one other thing that bugs me about my live videos when I repurpose them is that I'm looking down at the comments a lot. So a lot of times I'm not really looking straight into the camera because I want to engage with you. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's such a good idea, whatever. Or like with Barb's comment, you saw that I had like a little moment, right? So I stopped to read it. And I don't prefer to have that in my pre-recorded videos. So when you do this speedy recap, you're just looking straight into the camera and delivering the content. And what I also love about this is that you just delivered this content live. And as you are delivering it live, oftentimes people from the community are going to say things like Mike mentioning the SEO thing. I wasn't planning on going into the description and the title, but that SEO tip is a really good tip that I can quickly add into this. So when I do the speedy recap, I can be like, set a consistent schedule, write a description that's juicy and includes the SEO keywords in it. Do a speedy recap, right? So I'm learning as I'm delivering the content. Now, if I was only doing this pre-recorded, I wouldn't have that opportunity. So it becomes more valuable content. This is really good. Okay, so you do the speedy recap, you say all that thing, and then at the end, you're like, you do, even on the end of it, you do a little sign off. You say like, okay, and tip number 7 is this has been how to, and then you say the title of the video, how to take 1 piece of content and turn it into 7, blah, 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 whatever, you say the title of the video. And then now what I've done accidentally is I've said, this is your speedy recap. I'm like, because that's going to be weird on YouTube, right? So you have to think ahead. What's it going to be like when it's on these other channels? So here's the other tip. Okay. We have a subscribe photo that says subscribe. I have Vaughn add that to the YouTube one. And then here is the other crazy thing. Right after I finished doing it, I'm like, it is my joy to be here with you every week, helping you to unlock your inner awesome with the magic of Facebook Live so that you can attract a flood of leads who are ready to throw credit cards at your face or whatever, right? So I have my little sign off, and then I like break. So in acting world, you call that breaking, right? You're like focused, you're on stage, and then you break. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, that was my speedy recap, right? So it's like your community is watching the behind the scenes of you recording your pre-recorded video. Okay, so then are you ready for this crazy part? And this is what I did on Wednesday, and then I got kind of embarrassed about doing. I like couldn't stop laughing because I get nervous too, even though people don't realize that. Not very often, honestly, but I do. So then I go like, okay, I'm now... For those of you that are still here, we've already done all the content, but if you want to hang out with us still, I'm going to give you one tip at the end of this video, just so you know. And I'm going to record our intros for YouTube and LinkedIn right now. So then I clap again. Vaughn, here's the intro for YouTube, right? I say all of this while I am here doing this, right? I say all of this, and then I'm talking to everybody and I'm saying Vaughn, all that stuff. Then I'm like, it has been so awesome to be here with you on YouTube. I would so love it if you subscribed. We'll see you next week. Right. So I add that in. The cool thing about that is I'm wearing the same thing that I'm wearing in the video. It's the same set. And it doesn't take me more than 2 seconds. Right? It just takes a few seconds. And then I'm like, okay, that was the YouTube one. Now here's the LinkedIn one. Now at this point, people are going to start dropping off, but we still had, on the video that I did for BeLive on Wednesday, I think we had like 60 something people on for most of the video, which was great. So awesome. Can you imagine having 60 people in the room with you? Right? So 60 people were watching. By the time we finished doing all of these little intro things at the end, I think we still had 45 people on. So we lost about 15 to 20 people, which is totally fine because I'm just recording these videos, but I still had 45 people there hanging out with me while I was doing this. Right? And then I do that. I finish the video. So if you're also doing one for Twitter, or if you're doing something for Instagram, we haven't started doing this part of it yet. So yeah, Mike, you could record the bumps right before you go live, which is what I used to do. But then this is what I was doing in the past, but here's what happens. Then you have 3 separate videos. I am like really about efficiency. So then you have 3 separate videos that you have to upload. And we actually have a full Dropbox thing set up. We're using repurpose.io that downloads the videos automatically and uploads it automatically into Dropbox. But this way, there's only one video that Vaughn has to get. So it's like, how streamlined do you actually want to be? And here's the other thing for people who you still have to edit, but you don't have to upload 3 videos. Just like really only going to take you 30 more seconds. But every 30 seconds isn't a big deal to me. The other thing that happens for me, and I don't know. Oh, wait, can I show you? Shoot, I thought I had this necklace. I had this necklace that I thought was over there on the shelf. It has a giant squirrel on it. So I have major squirrel syndrome. I've gotten really good at keeping those squirrels under control. What happens for me is I end the video and then it's time to pre-record again. I get a message, I get sidetracked, and all of a sudden I've not actually done the other things that I was supposed to do. So this forces me to stay focused, because when I'm on Facebook with you or Twitch or whatever, when I'm on a live video with you, I'm not going to be looking at my phone to check messages. I'm not going to have the chance of someone else distracting me. So it forces me to stay here with you. I know not everyone has the same squirrel syndrome that I do, but I know a lot of you do. So that's why I'm giving you like the real deep ninja tip about this. Okay, so you do those. And we have, at one point, so like for our podcast, when we repurposed it, I had a pre-recorded audio bit that was like, and if you're hearing me say, comment below and you're missing out on, you want to be a part of the conversation, know that we are repurposing this video from my Facebook Lives. So if you want to be able to see these videos, make sure you head over to my Facebook page, podcast. And that was the same intro that we'd use every single time. So you can have it pre-recorded like that. But since I wanted the show, to look like, I wanted the set and the video to look the same. That's why we're doing it this way. Okay, some of the questions. So, Barb says, where is the Wednesday BeLive posted? So the Wednesday BeLive was originally delivered on BeLive's Facebook page. So that's BeLive TV app. is their actual URL on Facebook. That's where the original Facebook Live was. However, it's also on my personal business page, The Prepared Performer, because this week we broadcast live in 2 places at once, which I usually totally don't like doing because it splits the comments. So the comments end up going on BeLive on Facebook, and like on the BeLive Facebook page and on my Facebook page. And then I can't keep track of the same comments. It's like a bummer because I'm losing those comments. So what I did, I copied Stephen Healy and it worked so well. I set up a bot on my Facebook page that was for the word show. And when you commented below that video with the word show, it sent you a link to the BeLive video, which was super cool. And it totally worked. And then that way our views, I mean, I think by the time we were done with that, our views that we had, like, you know, the overall view number on Facebook, it was about double of what it usually is, which makes sense because I was going live in 2 places, but I used to hate splitting the comments. So it was actually super cool. And then after the video, I changed it and made the keyword back to the normal keyword that I was using for the video. The other question was, please tell me this recording will be available really soon in the replay. I'm new to Twitch, so it's a stupid question. It's not a stupid question. It's a really good question. So I'm going to try one more time to share my desktop screen. I'm going to share my whole entire screen, which might look crazy. Let's try it, because when I shared the application window, it didn't work. Let's see. I'm having a little technical difficulty on my side. Let's try it. Molly Mahoney, hold on. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know why. Anyway, okay, so it's not working. But on Twitch, if you go to our Twitch channel, on the top, there's a little, actually, I don't know if it's on the top or the side or where it ends up being, but there's a section that says videos. It's like the video on demand section. So you know how I was talking about building a bot beforehand? I'm going to build that afterwards, and I'm going to send out a notification afterwards with the link to the Twitch replay. So the only bummer about Twitch is that you cannot actually get that link ahead of time. So like with Facebook, when you pre-schedule a video, you can actually grab that link ahead of time. So this is one thing that we do. Oh, I have to tell you how you get the blog post copy. Don't let me forget to tell you that one. What we do is, let's see. So like in my notifications, let me show you this first. In my notifications, I thought I would have gotten a notification from BeLive, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm looking for the channel BeLive Official, which is where I clicked the wrong button, where we're at right now. So if I go to the channel, you see where it says, like, so it shows my live video that we're doing right now. See that? Okay. And then it shows, if you click videos, which is what it's on right now on the phone, on the desktop, you have to actually click videos, I think, but it will show you past broadcasts and collections on the bottom. So collections and past broadcasts, and you can scroll through. So this first one is where we're actually live right now. So it's not showing anything yet because it hasn't been pre-recorded yet. But and the other thing that's interesting, do you see how it says 0? This like confused me when I first started. What? I can't get it to scroll again. Oh my gosh, my phone is like frozen. Okay. See how it says 0 views on this one? The title of it is what we're doing right now, but it says 0 views because the view count there is actually the view count of who's watched it in the replay. So we did a video last week. I think we didn't do one last week. Where was I last week? I think I had to skip last week for some reason. But the week before that, you can see the video replay right there. And it says how many views it's had. It was on February 1st. Was that last week? I think maybe it was. I don't know. Whatever. So you can see, I did do one last week. Who knows? You can see the past broadcasts. Now the past broadcasts only stay there for, they only stay there for 2 weeks when you have the level of a Twitch account that we do. So you have to download them and then you can re-upload them on Twitch. But how is this? See, at this point, you could actually download, oh shoot, the sync is out. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to refresh. Let me refresh. Because I can see that it's out of sync on my side, but I didn't know it was out of sync on your side too. I don't know if this is going to keep this video going. On Facebook, it keeps the stream going if I refresh. Should I try it? I'm going to try it. Hopefully I won't lose it. If I lose it, I'll start a new video. Bye. Hopefully it looks okay. Okay. So let me give you the copy tip. So we actually create the blog post. Yeah. So let me answer this question. Okay. So Ross, you can actually, she says, that's interesting. I didn't realize a solo broadcast could be refreshed whilst live. So one thing about BeLive that I love to teach people is that I never do a solo broadcast. I use talk show every single time. You probably can refresh a solo broadcast too, but I never use that system. I always use, always use talk show, which is because there's just so many other opportunities for cool things. Okay, I'm going to try and see if I can screen share again, and I'm going to show you my blog posts so you can see how I do this because it is so cool. So let me see if I can. One more time now that we're back. Is this going to work this time? Okay, so sometimes I just my computer's tired. I'm going to get a new live streaming computer, like one that's dedicated just to my lives. Let's see. Okay, so here's what I do. I take that speedy recap and then we crop that speedy recap and we upload just that chunk to Otter, which is an amazing tool. Otter, whoops. .ai, I think is what it is. I may be wrong, but look it up. Otter.ai. I think when you go to otter.ai, there is a free version, which still blows my mind. It will transcribe your videos. It will break them into SRT files, which is the captions file, which is awesome. It will also just write it out and you can timestamp it, or you can just let it go and not have timestamping on it. So that way, when you do that speedy recap, you take that speedy recap transcription and that is your blog post. You already had your agenda ahead of time. So you have bullet pointed tips in your blog post. You've already done some keyword research. So that's all going to be in there too. And what we do is we send the show notes, right? We send the show notes and yes, it's really good, Mike. So you send the show notes to our community, but here's what we do. I haven't set it up. Actually, we did. You can try it if you want. If you want to do this, it's going to send you a weird link, but because I don't manage the bot here, but if you use the command notes, it will send you a link to my messenger bot on my Facebook page that will send you the show notes from one of our first shows here. I haven't changed it since then, but it's good to look at. On Facebook, what we do is we say comment below with whatever word it is, and then we send the blog post show notes. So the blog post show notes are sent ahead of time. So they're not actually done yet. All it is a description of the video and then a link to the video. By that Friday, hopefully, usually, we go back and we add the transcription into the blog post. So then people have the link already, and then they come back into the blog post and the notes are updated there. It's seriously awesome. Mike, yes, this is what I was going to say. So this is where I was saying, Mike, you're reading my mind. So this is the part is that these transcriptions not only become the show notes, they become your emails. They become future emails, right? Because there's tips, there's juicy stuff in there. So you go through and this is a tip that I got from Holly Flick, to go through those show notes and then highlight the really juicy statements. Those become graphics that you use on Instagram. They become Instagram stories, the picture of you that has a quote of you. It's an actual quote from you, right? You can have a VA that goes through and finds those things. You're being censored for sharing a nugget. Was the nugget a link? We have a weird block on here that you can't share links. That's so funny. Yeah. And so you can add it to your nurturing sequence. There's so many cool things that you can do with those the transcription of that. You can create little audio files because you could even export the audio and have a little audio file that you share that's like a video with the brrr across the bottom. There's a million things that you can do with this stuff. It's like crazy, crazy awesome. You could take one video, turn it into a 5-day series of tips. Like every day, I'm going to give you a tip about how to repurpose. And then every day you send one bullet point that's already transcribed. Seriously awesome. Okay. I'm not going to do a speedy recap today because I was going to try. Mike, I need to see that post on LinkedIn. I want you to share it with me because that would be awesome. I'm really doing my best to get more active on LinkedIn. But Evelyn says, you blow my mind, Molly. I love it. So Evelyn, in camera confidence, we're taking every step that you need for this and we're putting it into a checklist for you guys. So those of you that are not in camera confidence, I gave you a lot of the information today, but those of you that are, I'm going to every little detail I'm putting it in there. Okay, I have to wrap this up because if you're in the Mall Stars, which is our marketing membership, we have a training on content planning happening in 8 minutes. And I was going to try and keep this video short today, which I did not do. So I'm going to wrap this up. You will be able to find Mike, if you send me the link for that LinkedIn post, I will share it with everybody. I'll send it back out. That'd be awesome. So if you are not connected to us via Messenger bot, like we've talked about today, you can click on that link, the little show notes link that was sent. It's awesome. Barb says never keep them short. But we got a lot to do, Barb. Okay. I really do have to wrap this up though, because I have to be over in the Mall Stars in 7 minutes. Okay. So awesome. It was so great to be here with you. I hope that you're able to take at least one little nugget out of this and implement it because this information is awesome, but it does you no good if you don't actually implement it. And don't forget, our live video challenge starts over on my personal Facebook page, The Prepared Performer. We'll be live every day next week at 9 a.m. And the videos will be anywhere from a half hour to an hour long. We'll also be doing homework and assignments inside our Facebook group and sent to you via email. Go to livevideochallenge.com to sign up. If for some weird reason the link looks like it's broken, it's not. Lead Pages is just being a butthead this week and it's making me crazy. You have to refresh it and then it will work. Okay. Anyway, that is it. It's been so awesome to be here with you. I love being here with you on Twitch on Fridays, helping you to unlock your inner awesome, add more you into your marketing, and create content that allows you to monetize. We're using these videos so that you can build your business. This is not just a thing about you like talking on camera. There's a real strategy behind this. And when you monetize, that is a sign that you are able to change the world because people are investing in you energetically. You are able then to use that money to do greater, bigger things. So this is an awesome thing. And I love it. Don't forget, try BeLive TV if you're not already using it. I love BeLive so much. When you join my challenge, you'll be entered to get a year of BeLive. So crazy. If you've never tried it, comment with the command BeLive. ! BeLive. All right. I will see you next week. So amazing. I love being here with you. Bye. Okay. It's taking me a second to end. Okay. Bye. Yay. I'm so many of you are already using BeLive.